My all-time favorite clapback is a 62-year-old letter written to 8 white bishops, rabbis, and pastors who didn't like the nonviolent demonstrations taking place in the streets of Birmingham, Alabama, calling for the end of segregation. These clergymen wrote an open letter criticizing the demonstrators for being too hasty, saying that they should wait to achieve full freedom and equality, calling their leader an extremist and an outside agitator. And from within his jail cell where he was being held for parading without a permit, Dr. King wrote back. If you haven't read this letter, I hope you will, in its entirety, because it's full of lines I want to read again and again until they're tattooed on my heart. But one paragraph in particular stands out to me because as I've gotten older and learned more about the species and ecosystems around us, I've started to see how the truth of it resonates not only in human society, but throughout the living world. In it, Dr. King writes, "I am cognizant of the interrelatedness of all communities and states. I cannot sit idly by in Atlanta and not be concerned about what happens in Birmingham. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. If you destroy a beaver dam and remove its architects from an area, you release the water that's been held on and in the land, keeping nearby plants lush and green. Those plants dry out, and when a catastrophic wildfire comes through, there's nothing to stop it. An acorn woodpecker 3 hills over, oblivious to the plight of the beavers, can now have the winter stores he and his fellows have collected so carefully wiped out in one blow, with no refuge to seek because everything has burned uniformly and to a crisp. But the inverse is also true. Care for the land with the knowledge that interconnectedness is strength, that biodiversity is the true source of resilience, that mutuality is what has always and will always sustain us. And you create a refuge not only for the beaver, but also for the woodpecker, the bear, the deer. Because any small act of justice, of caring for living communities, is an act that uplifts us all. Planting a flower that will feed dozens of bee species local to your area, cleaning up a river, protecting a neighbor, reading, talking to a stranger in the supermarket, removing a weed that threatens the web of diversity. All of these are actions on the side of justice. All of these are acts of resistance in the face of destructive homogenization. Even if only by a single millimeter, each of these acts brings us closer to a world that is green and flourishing, so that our shared destiny will be that much brighter.